Good morning, everyone. Today I'll start limitation of Henry's law. Okay, in this one is a continuous topic of Henry's law. So today I'll explain limitation of Henry's law. Okay, that this law is valid if, because we have some conditions when this law is applicable. So this law is valid only if pressure is low. Okay, because at high pressure the law becomes less accurate. If more pressure is there, so this law is less accurate. This one is a limitation. Now second one is that temperature is not too low. The temperature is not too low. ओके बहुत कम नहीं होना चाहिए. ओके नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर इज रिक्वायर्ड बट नॉट वेरी लो. इट्स लो इज ओके बट नॉट टू लो. ओके अदरवाइज अगेन this law is not valid. Now next thing is that gases is not highly soluble. Although we are saying कि more is the pressure, that more is the solubility of gases, but normally gases are not highly soluble. Okay, now next thing is that gas neither react chemically with the solvent nor dissociate or associate in the solvent. The actual thing is, although here we said that one is gases chemically react and something they form, okay, but normally that gases neither react chemically with the solvent nor dissociate, ना तो टूटती हैं nor associate, ना उसके साथ association में कुछ बनाती हैं in the solvent. So that one is regarding to limitation of Henry's law. Okay, now in this 2-3 types of numerical are there, not very important but still you have to do it. Okay, now just see. Okay, your numerical is if nitrogen gas is bubbled through water at 293 Kelvin, how many millimoles of nitrogen gas would, means again we are talking about moles, it's given here millimoles. Okay, now millimoles of nitrogen gas would dissolve in 1 liter of water. Assume that nitrogen exerts a partial pressure of, means P is given to you. Okay, partial pressure of 0.987 bar. Okay, the KH for nitrogen at 293 Kelvin is 76.48 kilobar. Okay, now this one is given to you. Now just see. Okay, that pressure is given, KH is given. Okay, and what you have to calculate, you have to calculate that one is number of moles. Okay, now in this one, the bubbles through the water, how many millimoles of nitrogen gas would dissolve in 1 liter of water. Okay, so that you have to calculate. Now just see in this one that, okay, now just see, this one is solubility of gas. Okay, actually this solubility of gas here, it's related to mole fraction, and we know we have learned one formula, that one is mole fraction, that is P is equal to that KH mole fraction. Okay, that formula we have done already. So this one is solubility of gas is related to its mole fraction in aqueous solution. Now this one is pressure for nitrogen, because we are talking about nitrogen here. Okay, so pressure, partial pressure of nitrogen is equal to KH, Henry's constant. Okay, and that is equal to mole fraction of nitrogen. Now okay, solve it accordingly. This KH goes down and you have to calculate mole fraction. Now just see this one, mole fraction of nitrogen is equal to Pn2 upon KH. Now Pn2 is given to you, whatever is given. Okay, now Pn2 is given. Now just see, it's a, you can write it's Pn2, that is equal to 0.987 bar, and KH is also given 76.48 kilobar. Okay, now this one is given, to convert, because this one is given in bar, this one is in kilobar, convert this into bar. Okay, convert it, multiply by, okay, multiply by 1000 to convert it into bar. Now put the values and your answer is 1.29 into 10 raised to power minus 5. Okay, this one is your one type. Now another type of numerical. Now just see, what concentration of nitrogen should be present in a glass of water at room temperature? Assume a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, a total pressure of 1 atm, and mole fraction of nitrogen in air of 0.78. KH for nitrogen is also given to you, that one is 8.42 into 10 is to power minus 7. Okay, that one is mmHg. It's a mole. M is for molarity. Okay, per mmHg. This kh, it's a unit of kh. This one is given. Now just see concentration. What concentration of nitrogen should be? It means here you have to calculate concentration of nitrogen. Now for that you have to calculate pressure of nitrogen. Now just see, for this pressure of nitrogen is directly proportional to N2. Now where PN2 is given 0.78 atom. Now just see, first of all, okay, convert this. Now this one is given in atm, pressure is given in atm, but you have to convert it into mmHg because our kh is given in mmHg, so our requirement is mmHg. Now just see, okay, how to convert it? Multiply by 760. Now multiply this number with 760, your answer is 592.8 mmHg. Okay, and kh is given to you, already given, it's a 8.42 into 10 to the power minus 17. Now you have to calculate concentration. Now according to Henry's law, solubility of a gas dissolved is directly proportional to pressure of gas. Okay, but this one is already because two laws of Henry's two law we have. Okay, one is regarding to mole fraction, one is regarding to solubility of a substance. Okay, the solubility is directly proportional to pressure. More is the pressure, more is the substance dissolved. So just see, solubility of nitrogen is equal to kh into pressure. That also we have done. Now this one, after that put values and your answer is 4.99 into 10 to the power minus 4 m. Okay, so these are the numerical related to Henry's law. Now one more topic, it's easy. Okay, now okay, another one is vapor pressure of solutions. Now in case of vapor pressure of solution, now and Raoult's law I'll explain you in another video. Today I'll explain you that vapor pressure of solution. Now first of all, what is vapor pressure? Okay, actually simple vapor pressure means whatever is the pressure exerted by vapors, that one is known as vapor pressure. Okay, now in this case, if your boiling point of a particular liquid is low, okay, means that particular liquid evaporate faster, so it means their vapors formation of vapor is fast, and that's why their vapor pressure is also more. Okay, now in this one, the vapor pressure, simple, it's a pressure exerted by the vapor of liquid at a particular temperature, that one is known as vapor pressure. Now it depends upon two factors. One is nature of liquid and another one is temperature. Okay, in case of nature of liquid, you know, nature of liquid means simple, either we have volatile substance, either we have non-volatile substance, means liquid. Okay, if liquids have strong intermolecular forces, means okay, force of attraction is strong, in that case what happen? They have lower vapor pressure. Why? Okay, because force of attraction is strong. Okay, so obviously their boiling point is high, they evaporate at higher temperature, and if more temperature is required to break the bond, that's why less vapors are formed, so that's why their vapor pressure is also okay less as compared to liquid which have weak intermolecular forces. Okay, now second thing is temperature. So in case of temperature, the vapor pressure of liquid increases with increase in temperature. Okay, reason is when we increase temperature, what happens? That kinetic energy increases, means movement of particle increases, and they try to escape the surface. Okay, फटाफट जैसे जैसे टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा तो वो ट्राई करते हैं. ओके, एंड जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट they are if temperature is more, so generally they break the bond also, and more particles are converted into vapors, and that's why they exert more pressure. And if temperature is low, then vapor pressure is also low. Okay, thank you.